Welcome to the Daily Review. This is Razak, Senior Trading Strategist here at CMTrading. And today is June 13th, 2023, and today is Tuesday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, we're watching the U.S. indices push higher and break through some major resistance. But first, looking at today's major economic events. So out of the United Kingdom, Great Britain is coming out with a claimant change number coming out at 8 a.m. South African time. And then at 2:30 South African time of the United States, core price index, CPI number coming out. That's a major number. Now looking at the various markets, starting out with the Forex symbols, we're watching the US dollar weaken versus the major pairs. And as we look at the indices, as mentioned, both the Dow Jones and the NASDAQ pushing higher. Now looking at commodities, gold pretty much unchanged, while oil trickling lower. Looking at the stocks, Intel pushes higher and the tech stocks are catching up to resistance. Now lastly, looking at cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin unchanged. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So we're going to start with the Euro USD because that is gaining quite nicely versus the US dollar, and it's pushing higher, and you could see that breakout right there. Now it's at 107.94. For this to clear, I'd like to see it get to the 108-ish level. Now I know that's a little bit aggressive, 108.30-ish level, so about 40 pips, not that big, and then we hit that 200-day moving average, which is really very important. We haven't gone above that 200-day moving average since May 11th. Now this is on a 4-hour chart, but if we look on a daily chart to give us perspective where we're at, I mean, this does look like we're changing the trend on the upside. So far, we have two bottoms, okay, which means that we have two lines of support as a trend line right there. So to confirm it, I need another one that this is a future trend. So for right now, it looks like it's developing to an uptrend. So keep an eye on this as this is changing. Now looking at the GBP USD also, gain versus US dollar, not by much, okay? We're playing a little bit of a sideways trading here when it comes to the GBP. So the euro is actually gaining versus the dollar much stronger than the GBP, which is a little bit, not a little bit, but is uncharacteristics for both of them. Okay, usually the GBP is much stronger in vis-a-vis versus the US dollar than the euro is. Now, looking at the indices, gold unchanged, 1962, nothing doing. However, looking at crude oil, it did trickle further down. Now we're at support. We're at the lower support level. 67.55 is where we're at, and that is much stronger support. Now, if we break that, okay, our next level is 63 bucks. So this is really important. You want to keep an eye on this as this still unfolds later today. Now looking at the US market, jumping into the Dow Jones, pushing higher to 34,400-ish level. We're only about, let's say, 2,000 points off of our all-time highs, 36,300-ish level. So we do still have an upwards momentum there if it does break tomorrow. And there's some positive news that inflation is in check, and the Fed may look to decrease interest rates sometime in the next quarter or so. Then we're going to see a change here, okay? Now looking at the NASDAQ, pushing a lot higher, clears 15,000. That's a big threshold for the NASDAQ as it's pushed higher. Look at the individual stocks. They did not, okay? Besides Intel, which really topped out on its resistance-ish level right there at $33 a share. Now this is really important because Intel is looking like it's changing its character here also, and looking like it's going to create an upwards trend. Now, looking at the majors, the Amazon, it's right shy of its resistance. If we look at Microsoft, also shy of its resistance. Apple, also shy of its resistance. And if we look at Facebook, not even close to its resistance-ish level. So I'm looking at the old school tech stocks, the Intel, the Cisco's. If they're going to go, these will come up as well. So I'd like to see that rotation happen, but this is still unfolding. Now, looking at Bitcoin, really unchanged at 26,000-ish level. It is forming somewhat of a wedge formation. Not sure if it's which kind of wedge formation it's setting up right now. I mean, this is, you can't call it a right formation, but right now it does look like it's setting that, wedge-ish look, and that means that there's going to be a breakout. It's harder to tell when it's completely, even to which way it's going to go. I don't think it knows even. And I hate to say that, but because the SEC is going on Binance right now and there's a lot of uncertainty in the crypto market, it seems to me that this is going to make a correction, but keep this in mind. Keep it as an open forum, because as this is unfolding, people are taking in cryptocurrencies much more. This is Razak. I wish everybody a great trading day. Thank you.